So next thing we're going to talk about the access control, and this one will be about IDOR. So IDOR is one of the vulnerability which is comes in the access control, broken access control, and this is also your vulnerability which is comes in the sensitive information part. And if you look over here on the IDOR, so insecure IDOR object reference are the type of access control vulnerability that arise when an application uses user supplied input to access object directly. User supplied object means if it's a normal request created by a normal individual user. And the most important thing over here is that the term IDOR was popularized by the appearance in the 2007. It was introduced on the 2007 year and on the top 10 critical vulnerability. So it's just one example of many access control implementation mistake that can be lead to access. And IDOR vulnerability are the most commonly associated with horizontal peer escalation part. See, the horizontal peer escalation part, which means a normal server or normal attacker can get access to any of the other users, or it can change the functionality of an application. I will say it's the functionality of the application part, but they also arise in the relation between the vertical also. See, they are interconnected part. So what we have over here, there are many examples of access control vulnerability where user control parameter values used to access resources and functionality directly. So we have IDOR vulnerability with direct reference to database objects. IDOR vulnerability with direct reference to the database object. Database object means it could be implemented on the backend side of the server side, which can be used for the further stages. For example, you can see they have given the insecure website.com, the customer account, the customer number, which is our parameter, and we have the value, which is our 1,32,355. So here the customer number is used directly as a record index in queries that are performed by the backend database. If there is no other control in the place, an attacker can simply modify the customer number value. See, the customer number is used directly as a record index in the query that are performed by the backend database. So it's a part of the query of the database server. Just like your SQL injection, there was a column name in the database. So we are fetching all the data on the server side. And if you see over here, by bypassing the access control to view the records of other customers. So our main objective over here is to simply bypass the access control and let's check the resources of other customers also on the server side. And these examples of an IDOR vulnerability leading to horizontal privilege escalation, which is a functionality of an application. So what we have over, an attacker might be able to perform horizontal and vertical privilege escalation by alerting the user one with the additional privileges with bypassing the access control. Alerting means modification over here. So this line will be important. So an attacker might be able to perform horizontal as well as vertical privileges by modifying the user to the one of his additional privileges. And other possibilities includes exploiting password leakage and other modifying parameter once that attackers has landed in the user account pages. You can see they have given an example over here. IDOR vulnerability with direct reference to static files. Static files means the constant value which is present on the server side. So IDOR vulnerabilities often arise when the sensitive resources are located in the static files on the server side of file systems. For example, a website might save chat messages transits to the disk using an incrementing file name and allowing user to retrieve those by visiting the URL. For example, see, you can get access if you know the proper path of the file. So it is given static, the file or txt file. So in this situation, attacker can simply modify the file name to retrieve the transits created by the another user and potentially obtain the user credential for sensitive file. It means it can change any of the last three digits of the file. For example, 12143. So 143 would be the before the user of 4, or you can say 145. So let's have a look what will happen if we can change the parameter value according to our own need. So this lab stores user chat logs directly on the server file systems and retrieves them from using URLs. Solve the lab by finding the password from the Carlos and log into the user. So let's copy this one. Let's hit enter. So see what we have. Select the live chat tab, send a message and select the view transit. Review the URL observed and the transition. Assign to the file name containing an incrementing number. Change the number 1 to txt and review the text. You will notice a password within the chat transit. Read it to the main lab page and log into the stored credentials. See live chat. Hello all hackers. Hmm. How do you stay in a job if you don't have something that basics? Hmm. Let's see the views transit. Okay, and I was able to download one of the file which is 2.txt. Let's open this one. Now chatting with the help all, it's giving a proper data over here. So let's have a look. What was the main objective? So change the number to 1 to txt and review the text file. You will notice a password within the chat transit. So over here, there was nothing about a password over here. But what we gonna do over here? We're gonna go to the proxy. We're gonna go to the history part, and we're gonna look over here. Yeah, I can see download the transit file, which is 2.txt. So let's do send to repeater. Let's change the value, which is our, let's do 1. Hmm. And what I can see over here on the 200, I can see now chatting with the Halpal. Hi, I think you have forgotten my password and need confirmation that you have got right now. Sure to do the things, and this could be help us to lead information part. And over here, hey, Halpine, hi, one of your known. Okay, it's my okay, my password is this. First of all, an attacker simply can change the value according to his own need. Then he can simply check the possibilities. If you simply change the value to 3, it will simply let, oh, in 3 was there was nothing. Let's do 5. No, okay, it wasn't 1 only. Hmm. It was the username Halfin. Okay, it was PLINE and the password. Okay, so I get the password, but in the home lab page and log in with the stolen credentials. So the credentials was my password is this. Alright, yes, is it? Okay, thanks. Alpine. Yeah, we got the password that was created by the user over here, but I was not able to simply get access to this specific one. So the major objective of this one is to simply penetrate or simply look for the data that can lead us for information gathering part, and there are many further things can be happened over here, but you see all the things is given one by one. You will notice a password within the chat transit, return to the main lab and log access. But I was not able to log in. Okay, it was Carlos. Sorry, it was Carlos. It was Carlos password. I was using Hiveline. Uh, yes. So now we get the password. Sorry, it was my mistake. I didn't saw the username. So this was a proper attack scenario raised by the user access control, and let's see what happened. So now I'm NE. Now I'm still newbie. So you can see 6952 as a rand hasn't changed. So solve. You can see the time is going over here. So you guys can try one by one all the possibilities that can be used for various things one by one. Access control vulnerability or IDOR vulnerability is the major cause of these things. You can try all the possibilities.